It's a pretty rare occurrence when I sit down and binge the entire season of an anime. And it's an even rarer occurrence when I sit down and binge an entire season of a romance anime. And while Horimiya isn't done yet, watching 10 episodes in one sitting like I did last Saturday does count as watching a whole season in my book. I don't know if it's the fact that I'm extremely attention starved or that Horimiya is genuinely a good show, but I haven't enjoyed watching a romance anime like this in so long. And I think that the main reason that I stopped watching romance anime was that they were really cliche and just made me feel like a lonely bum. But Horimiya is different than your cliche romance anime. Or at least it's faster. Horimiya differs from other romance anime because by episode 5, Hori and Miyamaru are an actual couple. Like what? An actual romance couple in a romance anime halfway through the first season? What? I wouldn't say that Horimiya necessarily skips past the big milestones like learning their first names, holding hands, and their first kiss, but it does kind of fly past them. I feel like in too many romance anime, we wait until the last episode to finally see the couple hold hands, but in Horimiya that happens in episode 4. I mean, sometimes you have to wait an entire season just to hear a confession. Or in something like Rent-a-Girlfriend, you don't even get a confession for like the 170 something chapters that thing's already on. But Horimiya says no, we're cutting out all the BS and we're going straight into a couple. And I feel like speeding through the talking stage really opened a bunch of doors for Horimiya as a show. Probably the strongest aspect of Horimiya is that the couple is already well established early on in the show. So we don't really have to focus on the couple as much and we can look at the other supporting characters a little bit more. Think My Teen Romantic Comedy but with actual romance involved. And we get to watch each member of the supporting cast take their own time in the spotlight. And it's not just romance, there's a lot of just everyday high school drama that they have to deal with. Instead of being 100% about the relationship, I feel like Horimiya really balances the high school aspect pretty well in a way that makes it more of a high school anime with a really present romance anime. But first, of course, we have to talk about the romance part because this is a romance anime. Instead of it just being a story about how two lovebirds fall for each other, Horimiya is more of a story about how these two people, Hori and Miyamaru, have an impact on each other's lives. At the start of the series, both Hori and Miyamaru are fairly ostracized from their peers, with Miyamaru being literally ostracized as he doesn't talk with anyone, and Hori not really being able to hang out with her friends anytime after school. And in the early stages of the show, you can really see the influence of the popular Japanese saying about you having 3 faces. If you're unfamiliar with this phrase or have forgotten it, let me remind you. Your first face is the one that you show to the general public. It's kind of like the outward appearance that you put on whenever you're walking down the sidewalk or at school, and it's to make everyone perceive you in a certain way. Your second face is when you're a little bit more off guard. It's when you're at home or around family or friends that they get to see you a little bit more for how you really are. And your third face you show to nobody. This face is your realist portrayal of yourself, and no one ends up ever seeing it besides you. Hori's first face is as a popular girl at school with fairly good grades and a fairly social life. But then we see her second face, which is her home life, where she has to take care of her younger brother in the absence of her mother and father because her mother always has to work, and we really don't know much about her father besides that he just kind of occasionally shows up. But not a lot of people see Hori in this second, more family-oriented way, and most people see her as the popular girl at school. And her third most personal face is the fact that she's scared of being left alone. We get to see this face for Hori in the episode where she's sick and asks Miyamaru, "Where are you going?" instead of asking him to stay. She grew up having to put up a brave face for her mother because her mother had to work and she had to take care of her younger brother. But deep down, Hori felt this loneliness and didn't want to be left alone anymore. And knowingly or not, Miyamaru's presence in Hori's life has helped fix this issue. Miyamaru's 3 faces are a lot more dramatically different than Hori's. At school, he's kind of an outcast, emo otaku boy that no one really talks to because he just sits alone all the time. When in reality, he's just trying to hide his piercings and tattoos from his fellow classmates. And I'd say Miyamaru's third face is his childhood, where he didn't really understand the purpose of being alive. He grew up without friends, he got mocked for his piercings and was called emo by his classmates, so he really didn't understand why he was there. But when Hori and Miyamaru have their chance encounter in the first episode, they see each other at their second face, which is the one that is reserved for closer friends and family. And it was this mutual exchange of their more vulnerable personalities that really catalyzed their relationship. And again, while they never explicitly show each other their third face, because that's the face that you keep to yourself, through inner monologues, we the viewers get to watch how this relationship impacts their third self. But like I said in the intro, Horimiya is way more than just a romance anime. There's the high school aspect of it that I love as well. Because the supporting cast has their own relationship related dramas, this feels a lot more like a real high school and not just two soulmates surrounded by a bunch of bland characters. Personally, I really love the story about Miyamaru becoming closer friends with his middle school peers, but one of the things that I think Horimiya does so well is the other side couples that are included in the show. Okay, this is going to be 100% speculative, but I think I'm right, so hear me out on this. By using the color wheel, we can predict the future couples. Okay, I sound crazy, but hear me out. If you aren't familiar with color theory and complementary colors, I don't blame you. I didn't know that much about it until I read Blue Period, which is a fantastic manga, by the way. Definitely going to be making a video about this later. Basically, complementary colors are two colors that when combined basically cancel each other out and create kind of this grayish color. But when they're placed next to each other, they make each other pop and seem more vibrant than ever before. And if you look at a color wheel, these colors are usually directly opposite from each other, so you can pick them out pretty easily. Okay, let me start theorizing with the only couple that is confirmed, Hori and Miyamaru. Hori has brown hair with an underlying kind of orangish tint. Miyamaru has this gray hair with kind of an underlying bluish tint. Blue and orange are complementary colors that make each other pop out. So, since they're complementary colors, they're a couple they got together. And now here's my theorizing. The green hair girl Sakura will end up with one of these red hair boys. And the purple hair guy Toru will end up with the blonde girl Yuki. And that would give us a cast of couples made up entirely of complementary colors. Side note, I could be 100% wrong, but when I noticed it, it made the show a way more enjoyable experience for me. Overall, Horimiya has provided a great escape from reality and a nice welcome break from all these action-packed shows that we've had this season. And I really enjoyed watching it. It packed the comedy, romance, and typical mushy-gushy high school story stuff into a nice, digestible 13-episode seasonal anime. And I've heard that the manga for Horimiya is infinitely better than the anime, and it's actually the highest rated romance manga out there? Which I think is kind of funny because I didn't hear about Horimiya until it started airing this season. And in this anime world where we see tons of badass fights on a daily basis, it feels nice to take a break and watch something wholesome for once. Horimiya reminded me why I stopped watching romance anime, because that shit makes me feel lonely as hell. But it also reminded me that taking a break from the action-packed shonen or deep psychological thrillers is a really, really welcome break to take. In fact, after finishing Horimiya, I'm probably gonna go and watch other romance anime because this anime has really shown me what the genre has to offer. And folks, that wraps up the video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe and comment down below. Do you enjoy watching romance anime or not? And thanks again for watching until the end, it really means a lot. And until next time, peace out guys.